This anime takes on interesting topics like the dangers of social media, mob mentality, and what it really means to be a hero. Now, what if I told you that the characters the anime uses to deliver these messages range from hope incarnate to a cross-dressing teen who puts children into comas and Emperor? I don't want to waste your time, so let's get into why. Gatchaman Crowds is a spin-off of a traditional hero show from the 70s simply called Gatchaman, where dudes dressed up as birds and somehow made that look cool while whooping ass. It's called the Bruce Lee effect. You can look however the fuck you want when you can whoop anyone's ass. But I said spin-off. This show takes place in modern day Japan in the 2010s. It takes all the Japanese superhero stuff like transformations, fighting aliens, moe girls, and uses it like engagement bait to get you to stay long enough to actually have those two horrible roommates in your brain actually get to work. The downside is that when mine went to go clock in, they had to face the dreaded coworkers who kept pissing me off. I fucking hated. Before I could actually understand the moral lessons being dished out, the anime put forth very flawed and annoying characters who kept fucking shit up either for themselves or the people around them. Not everyone can be perfect, but when you show me an idealistic guy who wants to holy shit, we get it! Update the world by having people help each other, and then also show him being the reason why an 8-year-old goes into a coma, show him putting makeup on and girly clothes on before even daring to help people in collapsing tunnels or falling gondolas. I'm gonna think he's an asshole. He wants people to help each other, but he doesn't want to use the government. But he also doesn't want to give people the power of crowds, a JoJo Stan-esque thing made up of your feelings and the internet. These things can do anything people can do, but better, giving potential for anyone, even your bedridden grandma, the ability to help others. He doesn't trust anyone with this power though, except for his special 100. The 8-year-old, by the way, was one of those. Then after season 1 had that asshole, season 2 had an alien basically make a cult of happiness along with a dumbass girl who's like, yeah, we're making a cult and removing people's individual sense of identity, but I don't care because it feels good. Okay, what about that? What do you mean? He's always been like that. Hold on. Why is she fucking lying? He's gotten a gut! You look healthier than yesterday. Stop lying, bitch. This dude had a fucking slim ass build. What are we talking about? Their whole thing is about having people becoming one, which means that you gotta go with the flow. Your friends want Chick-fil-A, but your hipster ass wants Panera? I hope you like waffle fries, bitch. These two actually make a society where the people who hold the unpopular opinion get swallowed and disappeared Stalin style. It's actually the dream scenario for losers online. Moderators, this guy is ruining the vibe. Will we seize him and put him in the electric chamber? It feels like I was going crazy because no one in the show was taking this shit seriously until people were suddenly getting disappeared. Hell, even one of the main crew of heroes in the show helps this red-skinned Martian fuck be elected to Prime Minister of Japan. All of this made the show hard to watch for me. I was pausing every now and then to rant. I was so mad I started shit-talking the characters in my notes. But I did say hated. If you made the momentous achievement of passing elementary school, you'd recognize that I hated this show in the past tense. I actually love the show now because no one's really talked about this show since it came out all the way back in 2013. Even going online to scrape whatever encrusted evidence there was off the usual bus stop seats only got me like 10 people or so on different websites arguing about whether or not the anime was even good. I guess in that sense, I'm number 11 here in the big 25. The big reason I found this anime was because the website I use has a random button, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to do a random anime review? Such an original idea, I totally didn't steal it from a TikToker. So, it's super underrated, super unpopular, it's a hipster's wet dream.
The animation isn't super impressive, the story feels really messy at times, and the only thing you can't really criticize is the original soundtrack it's got. You've been listening to me drop bits and pieces here and there. It's honestly really fucking good. But even with the fact that this anime is not that popular, even with all of the stuff that bugged me, like, let's see, why is this teen girl always in a fucking bikini? Or the fact that in order to fully get the context for the story and what's happening, you need to. This is non-negotiable. I'm not fucking kidding. You need to watch the director's cut episode of episode 12 in season 1 to fully understand this shit. Because without it, I was sitting here writing my notes being like, what the fuck is happening? Why is this shit suddenly happening? And turns out in the original episode, they cut a bunch of shit out. Even with all of that stuff I just said, I still think this anime's got a great style going on. Call me basic, the anime looks good. The intro and outros feel fucking legendary. Oh my fucking god! And above all else, I love Like I said, the anime used certain characters to actually deliver what it wanted to teach you. The engagement and rage bait aside, Gatchaman Crowds uses perhaps the best one-note character ever written in anime, Hajime Ichinose. She's this super bubbly, optimistic girl who has a special interest in daily planners and arts and crafts stuff like collages and shit. Throughout the show, she keeps asking a very important question to both the people around her and maybe to us, the viewer. Have you thought about it? This question is raised to people getting mad at, I don't know, people speeding down the roads or people not giving up their seat on the train. Hajime asks, have you thought about why that guy was speeding down the road? Maybe it's an emergency for him. Maybe it's a place he has to go to quickly. Have you thought about why someone may not want to give up their seat? Maybe they're tired from work, tired of trying to provide for their family. It's basic humanity. It's reminding people of maybe the one thing we lose when we live in bigger societies. Empathy. Hajime is literally the realized form of that I'm an empath meme, because she actually is. There are aliens in the show called the Mess who have been abducting humans, and they must be obliterated. Have you thought about why they're doing it? Have you asked them? What? No, that's fucking stupid. Oh my god, Hajime used kindness no jutsu and actually befriended the Mess, resulting in people getting returned safely. That's one major villain gone by, like, I don't know, episode 3. Turns out the Mess don't even realize what they're doing is something quote-unquote bad. They are their own selves. To them, we look like pebbles in the road. You're not trying to kick them on purpose, but you don't really care if you do. But thanks to Hajime, she makes the Mess realize, oh shit, the pebbles have feelings, and they can actually talk to us. Now I feel like a little bit of an asshole. Hajime's empathy doesn't stop here, of course. Every joyful step she takes actually has a ripple effect on those around her, including the cross-dressing asshole rethinks stuff about his worldview, changes up how he does stuff, even allowing everyone, eventually, to have crowds, which results in people helping each other. Granted, it's really gamified and they're doing it because, oh my god, I want to get on top of the leaderboard. But hey, if you need a leaderboard to get someone to fucking recycle or get someone to help out the homeless or whatever, I'm fine with it. This is also in spite of still acknowledging the reality that he was always afraid of, that people will use the power of crowds to do things that harm others. It's shown off in the show that people use it to rob others or even molest people on the train. But in order to shut the fuck up. In order to help make the world a better place, you must be strong enough to offer everyone a helping hand, while realizing that some will take advantage of you. You can't shut out people as a whole because one person hurt you. Humanity, despite all of its flaws, is still worth the effort. Then with the red-skinned alien and his dumb bitch juice drinking friend, Hajime's question of, have you thought about what you're doing? Have you thought about it? Is asked over and over, and these two don't give a fuck until things start going really bad with the whole eating people thing. This causes the popular thing in the show from let's all become one with the whole cult mentality to that fucking alien that I hate. Only then, when that happens, do they actually learn their lesson. The people want blood. They want their pound of flesh from this red-skinned motherfucker. His name is Gel Sadra, by the way. But instead, they're gonna get it through Hajime. Hajime realizes that the only way to stop these kinds of mob mentality, where they want a motherfucker dead so bad, is to simply give them what they want, but to do it in such a brutal fashion that they rethink it and go, oh my god, maybe we're going a little bit too far. Hajime, in a Christ-like fucking fashion, gets her ass beaten. Oh my god, they're doing ultimates. They're spamming abilities, not giving a fuck about cooldowns. Hajime's Christ-like sacrifice gets people off the alien's back. The cult is dead because now people are feeling like this whole forced unity of thought thing is actually fucking stupid. Feeling united and wanting that is reasonable. But even if you think you're doing the right thing of having everyone come to the same house party so everyone can be happy, you have to ask yourself if you're actually doing the right thing when you keep seeing people leave wanting nothing to do with you. Mob mentality is a dangerous thing because it's so easy to get swept up in it, so easy to just agree with everyone else because it's the social thing to do. It's even more dangerous when you're at the head of it because you won't ever see how you're hurting people who are all the way down the totem pole until it's either too late or maybe you become cruel and you don't give a fuck. It's a horrible situation all around. I think the grandfather of this chick, the one I hated, says it best.
俺はこれと似た雰囲気を前に感じたことがある。戦争だ。
戦争。
国のために立ち上がれ。敵を殺せ。いつの間にかそんな空気に支配されていた。みんなその空気に流されて、気づけば取り返しがつかなくなっていた。俺も弟も。
弟って戦争で亡くなった。
俺たちは戦った。憎くもない相手と無我夢中で。弟が死んでようやく我に返った。俺は一体何をやってるんだ。誰と何のために戦ってるんだと。この世で最も恐ろしいもの、それは空気だ。それがいつ作られたのか、今となってはまるで覚えとらん。それは少しずつ、しかし確実に出来上がっていった。国のため、平和のため、生活を守るため、みんなで一つになって頑張ろう。
私もゲルちゃんと一緒に。
そうだ。お前たちは空気を作ってしまったんだ。
After this moment, Hajime ends up in a coma after the beatdown. She succeeds in making people rethink their views enough to somewhat realize the cross-dresser Rui's vision. They're helping each other without want for a greater reward. Altruism wins, but Hajime is still asleep. Will she wake up? I don't know, go watch the show. Gatchaman Crowds made me think about what it means to be a hero, what it means to help people, and the dangers of getting caught up in social things like what's popular or distrusting people because of one bad event. I hated the show at first because the characters felt so stupid that it was bordering on the point of Darman parody. I hated the show because the world inside of it was falling apart and it felt like no one was giving a fuck until it was too late. But then, when I saw how the anime ended each season, it felt like the messy story was resolved into a satisfying answer. Season 1 warned against social media. We see that it can be used to bully, it can be used to harm, but it also showed off potential benefits. You can organize events to help others. You can use it to keep a distant, hopeful flame lit in people's hearts. Season 2 warned against mob mentality and blind activism. You can truly believe in your cause, truly think you're helping people become more connected with each other, but you must always be prepared for people to disagree with your line of thinking. And even then, you must be open to keeping those people human in your heart instead of shutting them out and leaving them to be erased. And most of all, Hajime's lesson. Everyone in life has their own issues, their own joys, and their own lives to live. You are you. I am me. And the people around us are also their own people. Before passing quick and harsh judgment on people for actions that seem harmful, we have to really think about it and start asking the right questions. Our curiosity, if honest and genuine, will lead us to the root cause of the issue, and that's the thing we must solve. Being a hero is not just about having transformations and having powers. It's not about having more power than others and then using that to blindly help. It's about being responsible with that power and mindfully choosing what to do with it, keeping in mind that you are trying to do what's best for everyone, even when it gets hard. I think Superman is a good example of this along with Hajime. Both didn't really ask for their powers, but they accepted them. Both faced judgment from the people they aimed to protect, but they kept protecting them anyways. And they never let it bother them that harshly, because they understand that everyone in the world is coming from their own unique circumstances that shapes their views. We shouldn't shun the dredges of society, the people who piss us off, the people who come off as assholes or mentally ill or whatever. We should ask how they became this way, and if we can, we should try our best to reach a helping hand out, even if it means getting scratches on our hands. I hated Gatchaman Crowds at first, but I now think it's a super charming anime with something worth listening to. I would recommend it. I hope you liked the video. It's my first anime review, so it may come across as amateurish. I tried my best to keep this concise and to say what I wanted to say. I really hope you give Gatchaman Crowds a chance. Again, I've already said the things I don't like about it. The animation isn't that great. Sometimes there's weird stuff going on, like that little panda alien, or that girl always wearing a bikini. But there's also a bunch of stuff I didn't talk about on purpose so that you could experience it for yourself like I did. There's a lot of good stuff in there, and I'm glad that it got its second season, even if people all the way back then said it really didn't need a second season. I hope to do more anime reviews in the future, so subscribe if you want to check those out. I'll see you later. Mata ne.
先輩今までお世話になりました。
待ってですよ。ゲルちゃん救えるのはきっと翼ちゃんだけっすから。ヒーローってなんすかね。